Hi everyone, this is Ravi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In my previous session, I have covered a very important topic on bulk upload of work items from Excel sheet to Azure DevOps, and also I have taught you how can we upload the work items from Excel sheet to Azure DevOps along with the attachments. And also I showed you how can you establish the links between the work items while uploading work items from Excel sheet to Azure DevOps, right? So in this session, this is our session 2 continuation of the previous session. So in this session, I'm going to cover some more topics which are also very important, where you can utilize different options provided by Azure DevOps in Excel add-in while uploading the work items from Excel sheet. Okay, so stay tuned. Please subscribe to my channel. Click on bell icon so that you will receive a notification whenever I publish new videos on Azure DevOps. Okay, so here is our agenda items for this session. So first agenda item is I'm going to teach you how can we use an option of query list while creating a new list in Excel sheet by using Teams add-in. And also I'm going to teach you how to use get work items option in Excel sheet while using Teams add-in. And also I'm going to teach you how can we use Outdent and Indent for creating a child and parent relation between the work items while uploading the work items from Excel sheet to Azure DevOps. And in my previous session, I have already told you how can we attach the documents while uploading work items from Excel sheet to Azure DevOps. So in this session, I'm going to teach you how can we link the work items. Basically, how can you establish the link between the work items by using Excel sheet while uploading your work items to Azure DevOps. And also I'm going to teach you how can we modify in a bulk all the existing work items from Excel sheet. Basically you want to modify existing Azure DevOps use cases or the test cases or defects which are already existing in Azure DevOps in one of the project. Then if you want to modify in a bulk, so you can basically use Excel sheet and perform modification in an Excel sheet, and then in a bulk you can upload all the modified test cases to Azure DevOps. And also I'm going to show you how can we use an option of select user in Excel add-in. Okay, so this is our continuation of the previous session. Okay, so I'm trying to cover the remaining topics. So by this we will be completing this uploading bulk upload of the work items, and I have covered all the agenda items. Okay, let me walk you through the actual application and with an example in Excel sheet. Okay, our first agenda item is how to use a query list in Excel Teams add-in. Okay, so for that let me just explain you about queries module in Azure DevOps. So if you refer my previous videos, I have already told you how can we create a queries to retrieve the desired work items. Okay, so if you see here in my organization there is a project called e-commerce. Under e-commerce, if you go to boards, under boards you have an option called queries. So once you click on queries, so if you go to all, so I have already created some shared queries. Okay, so this is very important for you to create shared queries. Okay, so if you go to my previous video related to dashboards, I have explained you how to create the shared queries. Okay, so here I have already created one of the query which is related to release one items. Okay, so I have created some of the work items which are related to release one. Basically for my release one, I have created some epic, I have created some user stories, I've created tasks, bugs, test cases, and features. Okay, so I already created these many work items in this particular project. Okay, under release 1. Okay, so now let's go to Excel sheet now. Okay, so if I go to Excel sheet, okay, and then go to team tabs. Okay, this is our teams add-in, and click on new list. So as soon as you click on new list, so as I explained to you earlier, you have to enter the server URL here. Okay, and then once you enter the server URL for the organization, so this is my organization, and all the projects related to my organization will be listed here. Okay, and I'm selecting the project e-commerce and click on connect. So as soon as you click on correct, it is gonna basically give you pop-up new list pop-up. So in new list pop-up, earlier what we did, we have selected input list, correct? And then we have entered the new work items and then upload it into Azure DevOps, right? So but there is another option where there is option called query list. Okay, so if you select this query list, it is going to retrieve all the shared queries that are available in this project. Basically, whatever the shared queries that you are created under e-commerce, if you go here under e-commerce, I have a query list, right? I have a query. So let's go back here again. Under shared queries, I have shared queries, these many, and also I have YouTube training queries folder. Under this, I have two queries. Okay, the same structure you can see here. Okay, in Excel sheet as well. Okay, so I can see under shared queries, there are some shared queries. Under YouTube training queries folder, I have two queries. Okay, so it's going to show all your shared queries, whatever you saved in your project. Okay, so I would like to select release 1 items. Okay, so once you select the query and click on OK, what happens? It is going to import all the test cases that are basically, it is going to import all the work items. So let me go to that query. Okay, release 1 work items, and whenever I execute this query, right, if I run query, so it's going to retrieve all these from 221 till 237, right? So these many work items I have. Okay, so even as soon as I click on OK, it should import all those work items. Okay, so if you see 221 to 237, it has imported all the work items. Okay, that means the query list helps you in importing existing work items from Azure DevOps to your Excel sheet. Okay, that's the use. And what is your next agenda item? Next agenda item is get work items. So okay, so if you come here under team, you have another option called get work items. Okay, so let me just close this sheet. Okay, and then again let me open the new sheet. Okay, let me open a new sheet. I'm just closing all the sheets. Okay, to make sure I'm not getting confused. Okay, so now let me open our new Excel sheet. Okay, as soon as I open the new Excel sheet, I'll be navigating to Teams tab and click on New List. Okay, and go to e-commerce. This time I'm going to select as input list as we selected in my previous session. Okay, click on OK. Okay, so this input list basically gives you an option to enter the new work items that you would like to upload into Azure DevOps, right? So again, if you go to team, see under this, I have a get work items option has been enabled, right? So if I click on get work items, basically this helps you in entering the existing work item IDs, or you can retrieve the existing work items by using the queries as we did earlier. Okay, so here I would like to select release 1 items and then click on find, and now Here I can basically select the work item that I would like to import. Okay, I can select all work items. I can unselect all work items. I can select only specific work items that I would like to import. Okay, let me select first 221 to 226. Okay, click on OK. See, so basically get work items helps you to get the specified work items within the query list. Okay, I'm selecting the query. So within the query list, it is retrieving 16 items. Out of 16 items, I can easily select the work items that I would like to import. Okay, that's the use of get work items. And now once you import, you can basically perform modifications for these work items, whatever you want to do. So what is our next agenda item? Our next agenda item is Outdent and Indent. How can we use Outdent and Indent options in Excel sheet while uploading the work items from Excel to Azure DevOps? Okay, so here for that, let me go to Excel sheet. Okay, again, let me go to Excel and then go to Teams tab and click on New List. Here, I'm going to select e-commerce as a project and click on Connect. And here, let me select Input List and click on OK. Okay, so and here, if let me go back to my project again and show you a couple of things. Okay, so if you see under release 1, I have all the work items like I have Epic, I have user story. There are 3 user stories. For Epic, we have 2 features. Basically, in the tree structure, Epic is at the high level. And then for this Epic, I have 2 features. For these 2 features, I have 3 user stories. But if you see, if I go to Epic, I don't have any related linked entities here. And then in the same way, if I go to feature, I don't have any related entities. So this way, all these work items are individually created and saved in Azure DevOps, but we have not established links between these work items. Okay, so if I again go back to Excel sheet, so now let me explain how can we use indent and outdent option here. Okay, so let me just get work items, click on get work items. I have already explained you, and then now open my queries, select release 1 items and click on find. And now I would like to select Epic. Basically, I would like to import Epic. I would like to import feature 1, feature 2. I would like to import product backlog, all the 3 product backlogs, and then click on OK. So as soon as you click on OK, all the items that you have selected has been imported. Now, because in Azure DevOps, we have not established any links between the work items, right? So now I'm going to use indent option here. Okay, so what kind of indent option here? Okay, so now if you see, this is your Epic, which is your parent. For this Epic, I have these 2 features. That means this Epic is parent of these 2 features, correct? That means these 2 features are child of this particular Epic. So for that, what I'll do now, I would like to use a write indent. Basically indents the work item to the next tree level. This indent option makes the work item to the next tree level, because in the tree level, Epic is at higher level, feature is in the next level, right? So that's why I would like to make this feature 1 as an indent. Okay, for that, select this particular feature or select the cell of the feature 1, click on indent. Okay, As soon as click on indent, it is going to ask you choose type of link that you would like to create. So I would like to create parent child. Click on convert. Okay. In the same way, let's assume for this feature I would like to create a new use case for feature 2, and then select this as product backlog item, enter your assigned to name. Okay, now I would like to make this user story as a child. Before that, I would like to publish this. Okay, let me do this as indent and see. Okay, this is my basically what I am selecting here. The user story for feature 2 is a child of feature 2. That means it is gonna, as soon as I upload these work items, e-commerce epic will create a link to these 3 user stories, and then for feature 2 we are going to link use case feature 2 to the feature 2. We are going to link this use case to this feature. Basically we are forming a tree structure here. Okay, and now let me just publish as it is. Okay, before publishing, let's see for the epic, do we have any childs here? Okay, for this epic, click on epic. I don't have any child, correct? Just go back here. So let me just publish here. Okay, click on publish. So as soon as you click on publish, if you go again, open the epic here, you should see 3 childs here. I don't see them. Let me again try. Okay, let me go to feature. This one, feature 1. So if I go to feature 1, feature 2, okay, for feature 2, okay. So if you see here, we have added one child to the feature 2, correct? So if you go to feature 2, the use case feature 2 has been added. Let me add one more thing. Okay, for this use case I would like to add 2 test cases, for example. Okay, let me do that. Okay, test case 1, sorry, test case 1, test case 2. Okay, I would like to add these 2 test cases to that particular user story. Okay, let's say test case. Okay, so these 2 test cases are basically indent of child of, so let me just change here. Okay, these 2 test cases are child of this use case, right? For that I have to move these 2 items to the indent, right? So I can do indent, and also I can do this indent. Okay, so now if you see, these 2 test cases are child for this particular use case. Let me just publish here. As soon as you publish, that those 2 test cases also generated new IDs. And if you go to that use case now, let me go to use case again. There is one. Oh, basically the new use case, we are not adding the new use case to the. So because see, if you see here, for this use case, we have not added the iteration path, correct? So let me add the iteration path. Okay, so I have already explained you how to use the choose columns option. Okay, choose the column option. I would like to add iteration path for this use case. Okay, iteration path. Next, just bring it down, click OK. Okay, so now let me add iteration path for this. I would like to add iteration path of release 1 for all these. Okay, and publish. Okay, so if you go back again, now if you retrieve the release 1 items, now you should see that use case. Okay, so where is our use case? This is our use case. So if I click here, this use case, I should see the two child items of test case 1, test case 2. See here, I can see test case 1, test case 2. Okay. And let's assume I have executed these two test cases and I would like to create a defect for this. Okay. Let's assume this test case 2 has been failed. Okay. So let me just create a defect 1, sorry, defect 2. So that means it's defect 2. This is work item type is defect 2. Sorry, it's a bug. And then Ravikant, and release is release 1. So now this defect is, I would like to link this defect to the test case, correct? So that means this is your parent, this is your child. So again, click to defect, click on indent, and now let's upload this defect. Upload. As soon as you click on upload, there is an ID that has been generated for defect. So now if you go to test case 2, you should see a new defect that has been linked to test case 2. Go to test case 2 and then see if you have a new defect here. See, the defect 2 has been linked, correct? You understand? So now, so this way you can use your indents. Okay, and let's assume if you see here under use case feature 2, okay, let me just use case feature 2, go to use case feature 2. Under use case feature 2, you see that there are two test cases that are mapped as child, correct? These two test cases. For example, I would like to remove the link between parent and child relation between these three. These two test cases are not child of this particular use case. Then what are you going to do? Simply click on test case, go to outdent. So the outdents the work item up at tree level. Basically, I don't want to mention this test case as a child of this use case. For that, you just click on outdent. Again, for this also you click on outdent, and now publish this again. So as soon as you publish, now you should see that for this particular use case, right, you should not see those two test cases. See, if you see here, I don't have those two test cases now. It's got disappeared because we have made these two test cases as parents. Basically, we have removed as child by using outdent. In the same way, if you see, go to test case 2, I see that defect is there. Now, I don't want to link this defect to this test case. For example, this is your defect 2, defect 2, test case 2, test case 2. This is your parent and this is your child. So I would like to remove that link. What you need to do? Click on defect 2, click on outdent, and now click on publish again. So if you go here, that defect has been removed, right? Under test case 2, now there is no defect. Let's again go to defect, click on indent. This time again, I would like to make it as child. I would like to link this defect to test case 2, click on publish and go here. See, the defect again is got appeared. Simple. Okay, that's how you can use your indent. And now links, basically, how can you use a link to? Okay, now let's see. For example, this test case, I would like to link this test case to this use case feature 2. How can I do? Because right now these two are in the parent level. That means we don't have a child and parent relation. Okay, so now I would like to link this test case and this test case to use case. How can I do from Excel sheet? I don't want to use Azure DevOps. Okay, so for that you click on test case 1, click on links and attachments, and now click on link to. Okay, and now what is that use case ID? It's 242. Okay, here basically you can select your link type. I would like to use this link type because this test case tests what it is going to test. This test case will test your user story, correct? That's why I'm selecting link type as tests, and then I'm going to enter the work item ID and click on OK. So as soon as you click on OK, if you see here, the product backlog item has been added, and then click on publish. So before click on publish, I would like to show one thing here is, I'd like to show, do we have a relation between those two? Okay. If I go to use case, I don't have any test case for this, correct? I don't have any test case. I have only feature. So now click on publish. So as soon as you click on publish, see, I can see the test case has been linked. Okay. So in the same way, again, I would like to link the test case 2 also. I have only test case 1 for this user story. I would like to link test case 2 also. Again, go to links, link to this particular test case tests. What? It tests 242 work item. Click on OK and click on publish. So as soon as click on publish, go here again now. See, you can see test case 2 has been already linked to use case. So this is how you can link the work items by using link and attachments option. Okay, so what is our next agenda item? How to modify existing work items using Excel sheet. Just now I already showed you. Okay, so I have imported all these work items from Azure DevOps, and then I have changed my iteration paths, correct? I have changed my features, and I have changed the linked entities. This is how you can basically perform bulk modification. Okay, this particular topic I have clearly explained in the previous video session also. You can refer to that session, but however, so this way you can import all the items and perform the modification whatever you would like to perform, right? And now what is select user? So if you go here, let's say assume here I have, if I go to assign to, I have only Ravikant and Mukhanty, correct? But in the project I have another member which I would like to assign it to. So if I want to assign this user story to another member, okay, what can I do? Simply you place your cursor here, assign to, and click on select user, and then here what you need to do, you have to select the name. So if you see, enter first two letters, immediately it appears the another username who has been added to this particular project. So this Venkat Srikant also part of this project. That's the reason it is automatically populating his name. Now select the name, click on OK. So as soon as you click on OK, this work item has been assigned to the new user. So this way I can assign this also to the new user. So because I already added this particular user into this session, I can see his name in the rest of the drop downs also. Okay, for the first time, if you want to add the users to Excel sheet from your organization project, basically from this particular project from the Azure DevOps, you just need to click on select user, enter first two digits so that it appears the name of that particular person, and click on OK. That's it. So this is the way you can select the users from your Azure DevOps directly in Excel sheet. Okay. So by this we have completed all the topics related to uploading, perform bulk upload of work items to Azure DevOps from work Excel sheet, or perform bulk modification of your work items from Excel sheet to Azure DevOps. Okay, hope this session is helpful. Please subscribe to my channel, click on bell icon so that you'll get a notification whenever I publish more and more videos. Thank you.